What's going on, Pixel Hackers? Christian Lovrecich from PixlFeed here. And in this video, I'm going to show you my personal Facebook ads launch stack for when I create a brand new Shopify store. I'm going to walk you through how I test the interest that I find after doing my audience research, how I set up the middle of the funnel, how I set up my retargeting, and once I find out those winning interests after testing, how I scale into my first phase of CBO. But before we get started, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive right in. All right, so every time I launch a new Shopify store, this is the campaign stack that I start with. And I launched this last night. So it's been running for close to 24 hours now. So let me walk you through it. First of all, the first thing that I do is I use my favorite tool here, Connectio, to do my audience research and pull every single interest by size. So I have every single interest, and there's only so many you can test at the same time. Now, as of right now in April 2020, I know what's working for Facebook best is broad interest, meaning one or a few interests grouped together and let Facebook do its thing. So right now, flexing, which is when you're narrowing down the audiences with each other, the costs are too high. We're seeing a lot cheaper costs when you're doing broad targeting. So the first thing that I do is I create 3 campaigns. Campaign number 1 is my page post engagement campaign. Okay, so here, these I'm gonna keep a ad set budget optimization, and I set them at $5 each. So this is every single interest by itself. And why do I do that? So the reason why I do that is, let me change my columns here, is because I want to see people's behavior based on the interest. And based on what happens here in less than 24 hours, actually. Sometimes I can see it just in hours. This is what's going to decide which interest I'm going to launch into a purchase campaign right away. Because this is in a niche that has tons and tons and tons of interest in different targeting. So instead of grouping them all together and, let Facebook cycle through each interest, I want to start with the most passionate ones, the hottest ones. Okay, so I'll let them run for a few hours or less than 24 hours, and you're going to see a pattern. You're going to see which ones are starting to get clicks. And the good thing about this is a page post engagement campaign, meaning that it's for engaging, for people to like, share, and watch the videos or the picture or click on the pictures. So if they're clicking outside Facebook to go check out the product, they just went through a lot of work to do that. This is, we're not targeting for purchases here. And sometimes you're going to get sales. So that's even better. So what I'm looking for through all these interests is I'm looking at all my link clicks and but most importantly, my outbound click-through rate and my unique outbound clicks. So I'm going to bring that over. And as you can see, I want to test with $100 a day on my first CBO with 4 ad sets running. So it's already showing me 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these 4 interests are the ones that are working best right now. Okay, so I'm about to create a CBO with that. So I'm going to grab it here, 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 duplicate. New campaign, and I'm going to name it CBO. Trying to think of a name. Winning interests 1. Okay. So I'm going to change my objective to conversions because I want conversions, and that's going to bring over the testing ads. So we're going to duplicate this. It's going to create a brand new campaign. Okay. And as always, I'm going to go right here. I'm actually going to set this at CBO. So I'm going to do CBO, $100. And I'm going to choose lowest cost because I don't know what my CPA is. So I'm not going to manually bid. So I'm going to start with lowest cost just so I can see what my cost per acquisition is. Okay. So I'm going to set it at lowest cost, let Facebook optimize for lowest cost, highest value. And then I'm gonna go to my ad sets here. And I'm gonna choose purchase. Always tell Facebook what you're going for. And I'm gonna choose midnight. I've told you this, guys, a million times. Always start your campaigns at midnight so they don't overspend throughout the day. So I'm gonna grab here, United States, 22 to 65 males, and there's all my interest. And you know, if you're doing drop shipping, make sure you get rid of Alibaba, AliExpress, eBay, and all that stuff. That way you're targeting people who are actually, you know, that don't know anything about AliExpress or anything like that. We're testing here. So I'm going to go change this to conversions because it was originally set at page post engagements. I'm going to change this to 1 day click or view. I'm going for those impulse buyers. I wanted to optimize as quickly as possible. So all that is set. Let me double check my ads, make sure my pixel's on, make sure tags are on there. Everything's on there as it's supposed to. Okay, so I'm going to come back to CBO. I'm going to close. Well, no, sorry, I don't want to do that. Oops. There it is. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to publish. So there's my first 4 winning interest ready to go. So while that's publishing, let me close this. I'm going to show you my stack, the rest of the stack. So I'm already starting to scale this store. Let me get rid of this filter. Let me just choose here. Keep it all organized for you guys. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my PPE campaign and I'm going to start getting rid of non-performing interests because you always want to have running interests, okay? So if at this point, these interests have not brought me any outside clicks or any engagement, I get rid of them. There's no point to keep them running and wasting money because I have so many interests stacked here that I can keep adding to it as I go. So I'm going to turn this off right away. There's no reason to waste money. So I'm going to turn that off because there's no outbound clicks. And this is why it's so important to look at all your stats. So outbound clicks. And if you look at the ones that I brought over, you know, they have the cheapest outbound click cost, obviously, because they're the ones that are getting the most clicks. Okay. So we got that. Let's go back. And now let me show you. So the second campaign that I set up from day one, it's going to be my middle of the funnel. This is going to be our engagers. Okay. So what does that consist of? So one ad set, it's going to be, there it is. People who have engaged with my Facebook page in the past 365 days and people who have engaged with my Instagram page in the past 365 days. And since this is middle of the funnel, I want to block anybody who has purchased from me or visited the site. Why is that? Because there's no reason for us to show the ads to people who already been to the site or people who already purchased from me. Okay, if they've already been to the site, then my retargeting is going to take care of that. Okay, so that's one of my engaging campaigns. The second one, since I'm using video, is anyone who has viewed 10 seconds of all my videos in account in the past 365 days. I exclude purchase, website visitors, and I exclude my Facebook engagers and my Instagram engagement audiences because I'm taking care of those with this ad set right here. Okay. And you leave this wide open. Okay. So you don't block anybody by age or anything like that. Okay, we go back over here and then I have my main retargeting campaign, and it's a very simple retargeting campaign because again, I just launched the store. Okay, so it's basically a view content and add to cart but not purchase in the past 30 days, and it's a catalog ad, what we call a DPA ad, which is, you know, that carousel ad that you guys are used to seeing, you know, when you see like, what do you call it? You know, the catalog. And it's, you see like all the products This is blurred out, so you can't see it, but you get it, that way you guys know what I'm talking about. And that is my retargeting campaign that's going to take care of that. Anybody who has viewed content or added to cart but not purchase. Okay. So once the campaign gets started over here, then I should start getting some sales. And once I start getting some sales, I can keep scaling from there with my PPE, page post engagement interest. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to my tool right here, and I'm going to keep adding. I'm going to replace the ones that I turned off with new interests so I can keep testing. And once I see 4 new interests emerge from here, I'm going to do the same exact process and bring it to my CBO. And once I have enough data, I start creating my lookalike audiences.
Guys, if you like that video, let me know any questions you might have in the comments. Make sure to check out the links in the description below for all the tools that I use in my business. And make sure you click one of the boxes above me to keep learning, keep moving on. And I'll see you in the next video.